Welcome to how to process 1099s in Sage 300. First, let's review some setup in the vendor's setup records. On the 1099 settings tab, you enter in the tax ID number. You could then enter in the legal tax ID name if it is different from the vendor name up here in the header record. You also will use the vendor receives a Form 1099 checkbox to indicate whether they receive a 1099 or not. And then you're going to give it the form type here as far as the NEC miscellaneous interest or dividend, mainly NEC and miscellaneous is used. If a vendor's payments need to be distributed to more than one 1099 form type, you must set up a separate vendor for each 1099 form type. Okay, now let's review some reports that can be run in the reports menu. It's a 1099 preparation report. You can run by total paid to vendor or total paid by fiscal entity. Okay, so we're gonna do the to vendor. You can pick the receives 1099 to print only vendors marked to receive a 1099, does not receive, or all. So I like to run it for all vendors to make sure I did not skip check marking someone as needing to receive a 1099. Okay, so depending on when you're running this report, you're going to do current year or prior year, last year. You can do a minimum $600 reporting amount if you like. I hit print preview here, zoom in just a tad. You can see that it gives you the information whether you've check marked the box for them to receive one or not, and what their amount is and their information. Okay, so I like to scan through here, make sure I didn't miss somebody accidentally. Then you can go in and change the information if needed in the 1099 settings tab on the vendor setup. If you do need to override some amounts down here at the bottom, you will need to turn on tools, options, audit setup activity in order to accomplish that. So when we go back in, we're going to see the amounts are now able to be typed over. Okay. Once you're done making those changes, do not forget to come in here and turn this off. You do not want to have this on, generally speaking. All right. Once you're done fixing vendors, fixing amounts, reviewing your forms, you're going to come in here to the tasks menu and run the government e-file and reporting form 1099 screen. Atrix is the tax software that is used to process 1099s. It will more than likely ask you for an update. You'll say yes. We're going to do the automatic update. You're going to pick the message that says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Say yes. And it is now in the process of updating. Okay, we'll give this a minute to run. Okay, now we're going to hit next. Let this run. Okay, now the forms have been updated. We're going to run the task again. We're going to pick our 1099 form and the reporting year. We can put our minimum amount in if we wish. Put in the tax ID number. It's going to give us the list of vendors it's going to process. The generate button does not generate and send them, e-file them. This is just going to generate the screen and the wizard that's going to come up. It's going to ask us if we want to test drive or start processing. And we want to be usually EIN, so company who's issuing the 1099s. Usually you're a single 1099 data file. This is if you're using multiple data files in payroll or accounts payable. So we get some required information in here. Put the option there. Next to that screen, and now it's asking if we want to electronically have the recipients electronically receive the 1099 forms. Some options here on truncation and reporting for anything that has a recipient copy with a 0, what you want to do here. Here's our grid. Here's where you can make changes to address, name, or you go into the vendor setup and rerun the utility. Okay, so we're going to hit next. Right now it's saying verify the TIN number. That FEIN. Verifying the address and amounts, filing state, state income tax withheld. Just going to run through the wizard here and give you a little bit of a flavor of what this looks like. You can do the complete service where it sends out the forms for you to the government and to the recipients, or you can do other options such as printing, e-filing, and various different options there. Usually I do not pick a PDF archive, but you can, because you can get a PDF printout. Just keep hitting next here. And your copies are going to show up in this report wizard. You've got your federal 1099 copy. You can print a copy of that to PDF if you like, or print out to paper. Hit your next step here. Go on to do your 1096. Again, you can print a copy or not. If the state gets a copy, going to generate those. Got our state 1096 form for Oregon. Hit next again. And then this is the copy of the company that is issuing the 1099s, the payer. And here you're going to log into Atrix with your account information. If you don't have an account, go out to efile.atrix.com and set up an account. Once I hit the login button, you can see here some information. Okay, I'm going to hit next, and it's going to give me the price for submitting my 1099s. I'm going to hit next one more time. It's going to give me some more information about what's going to happen with my copies. And put my credit card information in, and then the next 2 screens I would finish out. So after credit card information, you are complete. Okay, so if there's any questions on 1099s in Sage 300, feel free to reach out to us. Otherwise, Atrix.com does have a chat feature if you have any specific questions on the Atrix side. Thank you.